You ever wonder who those three men were? The ones that walked in the fire and didn't burn? Yeah, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The story is from the book of Daniel, and it's one of those moments that really shows who God is. Now let me break it down the way most people miss it. These three men were living in Babylon under King Nebuchadnezzar. The king built this giant golden image and said everyone must bow down to it when they hear the music. And if you don't bow, you burn. Simple. But these three Hebrews, they said, no, we won't bow. Everybody else was on their knees, but they stayed standing. And the king was furious. He told them, I'll give you one more chance. When you hear the music, bow down. If not, I'll throw you into the blazing furnace. Then let's see which God can save you. Now imagine that kind of pressure. Everyone's watching. The furnace is burning hot. And they said something powerful. They said, King, our God is able to deliver us from the fire. But even if he doesn't, we still won't bow. Bro, that right there is faith. That's not the type of faith that only believes when things go right. That's the type that stands even when everything's against you. So the king got angry and ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter. The soldiers threw them in, and the soldiers themselves died because the heat was so strong. But then the king jumped up and said, wait a minute, didn't we throw 3 men in there? But I see 4 walking around, and the 4th looks like the Son of God. Man, that right there gives me chills, because it means this. God didn't stop them from going into the fire, but he stepped in the fire with them. Sometimes God doesn't remove your problems, he joins you in them. And that's when you realize the fire was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal who's walking with you. Now let's bring that to our world right now. We might not be facing a real furnace, but the fire today looks different. It's the fire of temptation, the fire of depression, financial pressure, rejection, confusion. All these things trying to make you give up your faith. People are bowing to fame, to money, to lust, to fear. The world wants you to compromise what you believe just to fit in. But God is still looking for people who will say, I don't care what the world is doing, I'm not bowing. You might lose friends, you might feel alone, but remember, it's better to stand with God and be in the fire than bow with the world and be destroyed. Sometimes that fire you're in right now, that situation that feels too heavy, it's not because God abandoned you. It's because he's about to show people that his presence still shows up in the flames. When you stand for God, he'll stand with you. And just like those 3 men, when you come out, you won't even smell like smoke. People will look at you and wonder, how did you make it through that? And you'll say, it wasn't me. It was the one walking beside me. Daniel 3, verse 25. Look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods. That's your reminder. You are not alone in your fire. The Son of God still walks with those who trust him. Isaiah 43, verse 2. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. See, God didn't say if you walk through fire, he said when. Because every believer will face their fire at some point, but he promised that you will come out untouched. So I don't know what kind of fire you're in right now. Maybe you're fighting anxiety. Maybe your home is falling apart. Or maybe life just feels too heavy. But listen, if you keep your eyes on God, he'll meet you right there in the middle of it. You won't always see him at first, but you'll feel that peace that doesn't make sense. That's him. That's the 4th man in your fire. So don't give up. Don't bow down, because one day people will look at your story and realize God was there all along. And when you come out, you'll be stronger, wiser, and closer to him than ever before. The fire didn't break you, it built you, because you were never alone in it. The world may throw you into the fire, but remember this, God still walks with burning men,